forklift! Fork over that weapon now!
A lucky cat statue. I'm generally so fucking tired.
I did it.
What?
I did everything.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Crybaby Pumpkin or Lulu, and welcome back to our blind LP of AI the Somnium files. Last time we finished up Misogyny's route. There's still a lot of unopened questions, but we did get confirmation that So, in fact, was the new Cyclops serial killer, so we now know who killed... We know who killed Shoko Nadami now. Can we continue this? Okay, no, we can't continue yet. I thought it was going to let us continue. Okay. So, today we're going to be continuing the red route. Trying to figure out... starting with the Somnium. So that we can figure out the last of the routes that we have available. And then we just have pink and the green route that we have to figure out later. Alright, this is one where she's...
Can you please take me with you?
She's been acting like a kitten in a lot of these now that I think about it. Alright. Because we've already done this, and I should remember the episode number, I should have looked it up. We did this, like, a week ago.
Polar bear, I will vanquish you!
This episode isn't even out yet where we first did this. That's okay. So the first thing was lying down on the floor. Okay. Oh right, we didn't do this first because it is so expensive, so we did something to get a different timey.
A machine used for cutting up.
Those are expensive. I don't remember which had the cheap one. This does. So we're gonna go ahead and do ears to get the one timey.
Tessa's catch.
While I'm at it, I'm gonna waste another 15, let's waste another 10 seconds to get that 1/10. Just because we never know when those times are gonna be helpful later.
The ice on the floor is slick.
Alright, so now we're gonna use the 1 second to lie down. Save us a lot of time. Alright. So now we're gonna try to get the one on the other one, which... I said this last episode, I think I figured out how we're supposed to get the other path on this. Because last time it was the A on the oil drum over there. But that's not the only A in the warehouse. There's also one right here.
A plate attached to the shelf. The cold has frosted over it.
So let's go ahead and use the 1 second to breathe on it.
But then, something strange happened.
What's happening?
The A is gonna trigger it. That's what I figured. It's gonna be the A on the thing.
Right.
What is this?
It's the A set A. Okay, so
We're out of options!
if that's Sosajima in there, why does he have Mayumi's knife?
Tessa! If this was another, I would have died already.
Another?
Next time, he will get me. It's just destiny.
I'll get the another part. Alright. So we got that one, so now
No!
this is...
I will fight destiny and win!
So now we're onto the red path.
So he says.
I'm the one who has to help him.
We have to make Hero of Justice Ota fight back and look cool doing it.
Okay, but can I get to that item yet? I don't know how to get... It's not even there yet. That's just where it's gonna be.
A wooden box.
Like, I don't think we're gonna be able to do much of anything because it's so heavy. God, I hate how big these times are. Part of me is wondering about the forklift.
A forklift.
God, none of these options seem really reasonable. Okay,
Agent Date,
move the
you've
wooden
got 5
box.
minutes.
So that is what I have to do. Instinct says forklift. I'm gonna trust my
A
instinct.
forklift.
I don't know what sortie means with it in this context. Let's try the 1/6 on pushing.
Here we go!
Okay, no.
No good.
Guess there's nothing we can do.
Cars are meant to be driven, right?
Yeah.
So can we drive it?
A forklift.
Okay, now let's try the sortie, I guess.
What? Sortie?
This is Ota's world, right? Your role in this dream is to assist Ota in his fight against the polar bear.
Lousy Ota. Thanks to him, my image as a cool intellectual has been destroyed. All systems green. Synchronization rate 6%. Now, cargo handling car. Forklift. Sortie!
Oh my god, she's fucking syncing with the... She's synchronizing herself with the forklift!
Hey, forklift! Fork over that weapon now!
Oh my god, my instinct was right, it was the forklift! Oh my god.
I can't stand. I'm weak.
Did he really help Iris like that?
We have no choice but to have Ota do it. We need him to stand up.
Stand, or start up the forklift, okay. Now we're on to the final part, okay. Disarm the foe. Or brave, we have to get Ota to do it, so we have to probably motivate him again.
Ota is still down.
Motivate.
Don't be scared. Stand up. Don't beg for it, earn it. Do it and you'll be rewarded.
The ghost inside me whispered. That's right. I can't be scared now. Now, count up your sins.
This seems very familiar. So this feels exactly how it went last time, but...
There! Why?
So in this timeline, does the bear not get an injury? Why is there a second pool of blood? There was a pool of blood that started by his feet. Alright. So that was a very quick second try of that Somnium. Still didn't find the hit, still didn't get the hidden item, but that's okay. Once I finish the whole storyline, I might go back and try to find all the achievements. I might do some special episodes where I just try to achievement hunt the rest of this game. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling when I actually get to that point.
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
Seriously, dude? Come on.
So sorry, Ota. Date told me to be the bad cop.
We did no such thing.
I did not.
Temper, temper.
Whatever. Anyway, Ota, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it. Your mother, Mayumi Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Why would she be?
Because of the knife.
That happened at 3 a.m. She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there, but it makes it likely. The evidence is...
The knife, I would assume. Okay, we're gonna do this thing we didn't do last time. We're gonna look at all these first.
Okiura Fishery is a company owned by Mizuki's grandfather. However, the management team changed 17 years ago. It currently has no connections to the Okiura family.
Okay, but who does run it?
And allegedly, Mizuki's grandfather was raised by dolphins.
Oh, right, I remember that story.
A video camera and laptop were discovered in the warehouse. Either could have been left by the criminal, but determining the owner through purchase history will be difficult. No fingerprints were picked up either.
Yeah, I figured. The Odoroki Man chocolate.
Odoroki Man chocolate. This was discovered in the corner of the warehouse. Mayumi Matsushida's fingerprints were found on the package.
That would probably be it.
Mayumi purchased the chocolate yesterday at 10:33 p.m. The purchase was made at an 812 convenience store. The store was located approximately 100 yards from the Famisto where Ota stole the station wagon.
Yeah, that's right, because of all this information we had, we thought that it was Mayumi who was there, because Mayumi was there.
2 cars were parked in front of the warehouse. One was the van owned by the Matsushita family. Ota's fingerprints were detected on the driver's seat and steering wheel. Iris's fingerprints were detected on the passenger seat. The other car was a station wagon. Yesterday at 10:33 p.m., Ota stole this station wagon.
Yep.
It was parked at the Famisto along Koshu Highway.
Because he was trying to chase after the kidnapped Iris.
Ota explained his reasoning for stealing the car. He claims that while he was inside the Famisto, someone took off with the van, with Iris still inside. Ota decided to steal the station wagon parked nearby to give pursuit. Ota searched for the van in his stolen vehicle. Our investigation determined that Iris and the van were taken 1 minute before Ota stole the station wagon. This puts the incident occurring at 10:32 p.m.
Okay. And the floral pattern kitchen knife.
The polar bear dropped the weapon in Ota's Somnium. It was the floral pattern kitchen knife. On the handle were the words, "Mom, I love you always." Date. From this, we can conclude that the knife...
I know.
Mayumi's knife. Okay. So I think it might be the Odoroki Man chocolate. I took it out of my pocket and showed him.
The Hodoroki Man chocolate.
The same one I showed you at the hospital. I found it in the corner of the cold storage warehouse.
So? That doesn't prove anything.
It had her fingerprints.
Mayumi's fingerprints were on the package.
What?
You have a bad poker face, Ota. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so were you.
Wait a minute. Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Ota?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought.
He was too tall.
I could tell it wasn't my mom, even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you covering for her?
Covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not.
Are you sure about that? You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse, but you're hiding that from us. Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
I am not.
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway? What do you think I'm hiding?
What is Ota hiding? The floral pattern kitchen knife.
The kitchen knife with a floral pattern. Mom, I love you always is carved on the handle.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
I knew it.
No, my mom didn't do it.
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because it would incriminate his mom.
Because I know how it looks. I thought Mom would get accused, and then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that.
Makes sense.
And?
And?
Mom never liked Tessa. So maybe, just maybe, Mom hired someone to kill Tessa, and she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way.
That is possible, but I doubt it. More likely, if we remember correctly, like when we got hit by the walk, Iris took a step towards Mayumi, and we couldn't tell what she was doing. I think she might have been grabbing that knife.
Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
Yeah, I agree.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Iris.
Okay.
Because...
She really couldn't have got to that store by herself. Okay. Why couldn't Mayumi have kidnapped Iris? Well, for one, I think it's the 2 cars is part of it. This alone isn't enough. I need more evidence. Because her car, she didn't have a car to get to the store in the first place. To get the Odoroki, I think it's that. My instinct says it's that with Odoroki Man, but I don't know. Video camera, laptop will use the stream, but we won't be able to identify. So, yeah.
The Matsushida's van was stolen from the parking lot of the Famista while Iris was in the car.
Interrogation, implicate Ota, do that without mistakes. Heck yes.
That was yesterday, 10:32 p.m. 1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away, Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate. She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras at the store. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van. And that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next to impossible.
Okay, those were the details that was never adding up to me with Mayumi.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
Exactly.
What?
You said it yourself. She could have hired someone to commit the crime.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear from Mayumi herself. I need to hear her explain the chocolate, the knife. There's a lot to cover.
Can we bring Ota with us for it?
I'm gonna head to Matsushita Diner.
What? Hey, wait a minute!
Don't worry. I'm not going there to arrest her. I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Really?
Yes.
You won't arrest her?
Your mother wouldn't kill anyone. Right, Ota?
Thank you, Date.
She has dementia, like... We don't know what she... Like, I doubt she would, but also, like... She's not all there. Matsushita Diner, Monday at 10:11 p.m.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita, but I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
I finally remembered about the warehouse. I did it.
What?
I did everything.
I don't believe that's... I don't know if that's true. Police headquarters, Tuesday at 10:04 a.m.
I didn't do this last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've slept on it?
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest, I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
No, it's true. I kidnapped that witch, I took her to the warehouse, and...
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball out?
Yes.
And the polar bear costume?
That's not the full story, though.
I bought it through mail order.
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's right.
Date, the criminal has confessed. Arrest her immediately.
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that?
I heard that she used to be an actress.
Sounds about right.
Right, clicking around the room. Because we haven't got to do that today. Camera used for interrogation. I'm sad there's no pipe jokes. There are pipes on the wall of the room. A security camera. The room is reflected in the mirror. A desk in the middle of the room. Alright. Mayumi looks tense. Were you the one who stabbed Ota?
Well,
You were in the polar bear costume, right? That means you stabbed him.
yes, I stabbed him
She seems very suggestible, so I don't know.
with the knife I brought from home. I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just...
Why did you kidnap Iris?
My son is under that witch's spell. Merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding him dry.
Or he's supporting her. Either, like, why does she have to be doing something evil and he can't just be doing something nice?
I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him.
Why did you take out her eye?
Because I just hated her so much.
Nope.
Killing her wasn't enough.
Why did you want to stream it online?
Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about online streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but...
Could you explain it to me?
Huh?
Step by step. Just tell me what you did.
I can't explain it in words. It's more like muscle memory. I was able to get it working after trying a few times, that's all.
Yeah, this doesn't sound... None of this sounds believable. Where did you get the laptop and the camera and laptop?
I picked them out of the garbage.
Which garbage?
I don't remember. It's true, I planned the whole thing.
I don't believe this. About the Cyclops killings.
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura.
That's right. Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out. Same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So this person in the polar bear costume, they are the new Cyclops killer.
That is the assumption that you guys are working on, yes?
And you're telling me that person is you? You killed Shoko and Renju?
Yes, I killed them.
Why are you lying?
I am not lying.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I killed Shoko and Renju, and I tried to cut that demon witch in half.
What was your motive?
Isn't Renju Okiura the president of that awful company where the witch works? He's just as responsible, using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. And I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate.
Not so much.
That man is the root of all evil.
I think so is the root of all evil.
That's why I killed him.
Why did you kill Shoko?
Renju's ex-wife, right? I did it to get to him.
But the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
In your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
Yeah.
You are really starting to aggravate me. I answered your questions, so there.
When and how did you kill her?
Well, I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? Do you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder.
Same.
I don't always remember everything. It's not my fault.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
There are times I remember and times I don't remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular. There are circumstances that might cause selective memory.
Yep.
For whatever reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind. This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
Date, there's no point in letting this go on.
Yeah.
She's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer! I am!
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If Mayumi was at the scene before Ota,
She may have seen the criminal's face.
You know what I'm going to say, right?
Can you sync with her? Sync with her?
Sync with her.
Sync with her! We get 2 syncs in this episode? I know I got in trouble last week or a couple weeks
Computer,
ago.
we're going to sync with Mayumi Matsushita. Prepare the machine.
I got in trouble a couple weeks ago for trying to start a Somnium too late into an episode and it ran really long, but we're even earlier this time, so we should be fine.
Well,
What happened?
the sync machine isn't operating to capacity.
Why not?
Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture.
We heard about this briefly in Mizuki's route, but I don't understand the compatibility.
To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard. And now, it's not responding.
If only we had a second sync machine.
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours, at least.
You've got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
But we need to, or this investigation is going nowhere.
Interesting.
Date, I suggest we go to Matsushita Diner. We may be able to find some clues.
Good
Okay.
idea.
So we don't get a second sync quite yet. I let Boss and Pewter know.
Pewter, we're counting on you for those repairs. I'll be back in 6 hours.
But you said 8. Please, you have to give me at least 8.
That Pewter. Always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Y'all
Yeah,
are really gonna give...
Pewter is just that kind of guy, you know?
I'd say y'all are gonna give him grays, but he already is fully gray at this point.
Hey, this is a hostile work environment.
Why would Mayumi lie?
She is probably protecting someone.
But who?
Surely you know by now. There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
Ota? Who is Mayumi covering for? And clicking around first. The glove box, center console, steering wheel, dashboard. I think that's it. Cool. The instinct might... I think the answer is Ota, but it should be Sojima.
Congressman Sejima has no connection to Mayumi. Or do you know something I don't?
I know something you don't.
No, sorry. Just a guess.
No need to apologize. I know that the brilliant mind of Kaname Date wouldn't waste my time throwing out random guesses.
I know something you don't.
I am sure I will agree with you once you explain your reasoning. In detail.
You don't have to bully me. I was just thinking out loud.
It's Ota. Ota.
It's Ota.
It has to be.
Does Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
Last night, Ota left Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is responsible for everything.
Including his stab.
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Why would he do that?
To get us questioning it.
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the possibility that Ota is the new Cyclops killer?
No way.
Impossible.
Why?
Okay. Iris... okay. I think it's because the van's stolen at Famisto. Unless that was stolen by Iris. It could have been stolen by Iris. In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear.
In yesterday's Somnium.
That was just a dream. It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
It's gonna, if it's the van. I disagree with the van.
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
There is a chance that Iris was not in the passenger seat.
Agreed.
She could have been driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the warehouse.
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
She could have put gloves
That
on.
can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves.
That too. Iris had her eye taken out.
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
Yes, actually.
What?
Or even asked Ota to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
He is her thrall. I don't understand.
In short, Ota and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
A performance?
Iris drove the Matsushida's van. Ota drove the station wagon. They went to the warehouse separately. Then, they prepared the live stream. Iris
Okay.
anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Ota to extract it.
Interesting theory.
After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Ota donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider this. In the stream, Ota and the polar bear were never on screen at the same time.
Exactly.
True. That means Ota went off camera, took off the costume, and then...
But doing that quick is hard.
Stay away from Tessa!
Perhaps Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Yes, but this is only a theory.
Why would they do that?
Consider the possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renju.
Then, this whole thing was to get her off the suspects list. That's why she pulled out her eye and had Ota stab himself. It makes it look like there's another criminal involved.
I will repeat myself in saying that this is only a theory.
Yeah.
It is one of many possibilities.
It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely.
I agree.
They wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
Date, you must consider the mental state of the serial killer. Shoko and Renju were both exposed and displayed. And they both had their left eye removed while they were still alive.
Yes. Just like Iris.
Whoever our killer is, it is clear that they are sociopathic or even psychotic.
Don't like the language, but whatever.
We can't rule anything out.
Matsushita Diner, Tuesday at 11:15 a.m.
Ota? Why are you...
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her! Why?
Because when we came in here, she confessed. Okay, just sitting there, just chilling. Alright, clicking around the room. Meow. A lucky cat statue. Nothing but a window. A beer ad on the wall. Menus written on the wall on Tenzaku paper. A low table. A cushion. Disposable chopsticks. Condiments are placed on the table. You can see the kitchen area past the counter. A swinging door. The counter. a stool. It's an autograph probably from celebrity. A table. A round chair. A bucket. Come on, click on the mop. It's a mop. A kid's chair. I think that's everything. Oh wait. There's a photo in front of Ota. We know it's on the picture. It looks like Ota has calmed down. Are you worried about Iris?
So worried that my stomach is in knots. The surgery was successful, but they told me she isn't out of the ICU yet.
You doing okay?
Okay? How could I be okay? I got stabbed by a serial killer!
Easy, kid. You're gonna open up your stitches.
Are you worried about Mayumi?
Of course I am! That's my mom! What son wouldn't be worried about his mom?
For real. Why are you here? He lives here.
When I was in the hospital, the police came to me. They told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station. But because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital. That's why I'm here.
Okay. It's not like Mayumi's under arrest.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes. But as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying. So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying! Mom didn't do it, she's innocent!
But she still confessed. Is Iris the criminal?
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our suspects list.
No way! Tessa had her eye.
She could have pulled it out herself, or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that?
No, but it is a possibility.
I was fighting for my life against the criminal!
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It's a theory.
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something, would it, Ota?
You...
Did you stage the warehouse incident?
I'm telling you, I didn't!
Okay, I want to
Then
believe
why is
you.
Mayumi protecting you?
Because she thinks he did, probably.
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently, she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom
Oh.
has... dementia.
Okay.
Maybe her memory is just mixed up.
About Mayumi's dementia.
Everything is my fault. It's because of me that Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good. You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park would stop here a lot.
Lots of foot
Ever
traffic.
since the explosion 8 years ago.
The chemical plant accident?
Yeah,
Which I still don't think was a chemical plant accident, but that's okay.
we're just barely outside of the restricted area, but because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by a lot. The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day,
That's where he was always running off to.
and he was a security guard and traffic cop at night. Mom worked as a janitor. They were both working hard and barely got any sleep.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time. I was such a dumbass. I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job. And they bought me a PC and idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt.
Debt?
And there's a loan on the house and the diner. Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up, so they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started...
Passed away?
Yeah, he had a heart attack. From overwork. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me, even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades. My mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay, even when I told her I was going to drop out. Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of college.
What? Why do you want to do that, Ota?
Because it's hard and stressful and it gets to you.
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
Wow. A writer? Oh, that's a good goal to have. But you really should finish college. You work so hard to get in.
You don't understand, Mom. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity. I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Okay.
Is that right? Well, Ota, if you say so, I won't stop you. Do what makes you happy.
Hammy, you're such a good
It'll turn
mom.
out just fine. I know you can do it. And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay? Forever and ever. I'll always support you, Ota.
Yeah, I don't think Mayumi could have done any of this. You lied about the editor thing, right?
Yeah, how do you guess? It was really just a few texts back and forth. But I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer because of that. But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer. I've never even finished writing a novel. Not even once.
That's okay.
I always give up after the first 5,000 words.
Oof.
To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that. But Mom, she kept supporting me.
When did Mayumi's illness start?
Not long after I quit college, Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally. One day.
Oh, what's wrong, Ota? Do you have the day off from school?
Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Sorry. Anyway, are you hungry?
People get really mad at people for forgetting stuff, and it really sucks.
You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
He no longer...
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me!
She was trying really hard to show she cares. Listen to the rest of the story. I'm gonna cry 3 episodes in a row.
I got sick because I'm such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care of her. I was so stupid, I didn't realize she was sick. I thought she was messing with me. I was so cruel to her for no reason. And she got worse and worse.
I'm not saying anything because I'm just sitting here crying, guys. I'm sorry.
What's that picture?
Oh, to turn the photo frame so I can see it.
Looking at this photo reminds me. One time, when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and they scolded me for it. And it's not like it was an apology or anything, but Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day gift. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from. Why did it turn out like this? I'm such a bad son.
Hey, Aiba.
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit, but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
He's really not.
Your presumption is illogical.
Human beings are illogical. Not like you AI, we can't be logical all the time. But we make up for it in one very important way.
What is that?
Empathy.
Intuition.
Oh,
Do you find that useful?
yeah.
At times.
I mean, that's how I do all the Somniums, is by intuition.
Iva, let's go back to the cold storage warehouse. We might be missing something.
Understood.
Okay. Let's go to the cold storage warehouse. I'm not crying, you're crying. Harbor Warehouse District, Tuesday at 12:50 p.m.
Date, weren't you going to check the warehouse?
I was, but a thought occurred to me.
Okay. The water of Tokyo Bay.
Date, look! A tonguefish on the ocean floor.
A what?
What's a tonguefish?
A flat fish, like the sole of a shoe.
Like, okay.
You can see all the way down there?
Of course I can. My vision and my looks are my best qualities.
You are adorable. The water of Tokyo Bay. A red barrier line wraps around the scene.
Iva, what's in this box?
Your favorite kind of reading material, and a lot of it.
Academic research papers on criminology?
Sure, that's what you're calling it?
No, the kind that features gratuitous nudity.
A wooden box. I gotta make up some excuse to grab that box. A wooden box. This crane looks like it could pierce the
Just
sky.
like my you-know-what.
Stop being perverted.
What is your you-know-what?
The hook shot part of the gun. The
It
wire.
can only be one thing.
The wire bullet.
Oh, your ego?
Oh.
No, not my ego.
The crane is towering. Warehouse is all in a line. Stacked containers. But if I put that quarter container in an empty slot, would the bottom line disappear? Stacked containers. There's not really stacked, there's just one. They're stacking containers, but there's only one of them.
Iva, are you sure that Ota took this car?
As I've already explained, the security cameras at the Famisto parking lot saw the entire incident clearly.
So it was definitely Ota who drove it here.
Why are you stating the obvious?
Ota's the one who drove the station wagon. I am curious why the mooring post a pillar to moor a ship.
Date, do you know what a bollard is?
Isn't that those giant round ones?
Of course. It's a type of duck.
That's a mallard.
That's a mallard.
A mooring post, sometimes called a bollard, apparently. A forklift.
Iva, who drove the van here?
There are two possibilities. Either Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris.
Yes.
And Mayumi?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be almost impossible. The van was hijacked from the Famisto parking lot at 10:32 p.m.
Okay.
At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away.
Okay. So it does
We
clear
found
her.
the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold storage warehouse. But that doesn't prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station wagon.
Of course, a different car. I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning.
Okay. That makes sense. Iva connected to the end system server and began her research. She got a result in no time.
Found one hit. A taxi.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
Oh?
At Lemniscate. Why?
Unknown. But we should speak with the driver immediately.
Yes, we should. A police officer. A police officer. He says he doesn't have any new information. Okura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Oh, so almost certainly not her. So I got confused because I thought we were talking about So for a second. Back to Lemniscate. Lemniscate, Tuesday at 1:36 p.m.
Hey, got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
Yes.
What?
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxicab driver.
There we go.
I'm with the police. I have some questions for you.
Great. Lots of magazines in that rack.
Anyone can run a pyramid scheme. I believe I'll purchase that on my way home.
Lots of magazines in that rack. A vending machine full of drinks. A door. There's probably an office back there.
Ah, this is Magnus Spiel.
How do you know?
Magnus Field's promotional video is playing. A high table. A high stool.
A high stool. It's like a tall seat.
Good job, Date.
Why are you stating the obvious?
High stools are placed around the table. A plotted plant.
Date, look! An antlion! Yay! Go, antlion!
Arba has a strange fascination with insects. A potted plant. I love that for her, though. A sofa.
Sofa king.
So,
Don't.
I'm generally sofa king tired. Haha. A sofa. There's a low table in front of the sofa. It's her with the big tits. Do you want to get some food sometime?
Huh? I can't hear you.
I walked closer to the receptionist.
Oh, you asked me out before, didn't you? But it's kind of complicated. I told you, I am reptilian.
But you were just joking, right?
No, I'm serious. I only eat vegetables.
That's vegetarian. Or vegan.
I am fairly sure she means vegetarian.
Okay, that was funny. The company's logo, Lemniscate. An abstract painting displayed on the wall.
Oh, have you taken note of the painting? It is titled Lions Fishing, Carpe Diem.
There's an incomprehensible abstract painting displayed on the wall. A large window. A receptionist desk. About Iris.
What? You're too far away.
I went closer to the receptionist.
Oh, I can't believe Tessa became a victim too. It's like, seriously, can you not? What if I'm next? Freaks me out. Date, could you introduce me to some big, strong man who can protect me?
I think that would be us.
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine on your own.
No, I'll totally die.
No. Great, one more click there. Is it business as usual here?
What? You gotta come.
Oh my god. I walked closer to the receptionist.
Well, what can I say, you know? The biz is harsh, schedules are tight. If we shut down for even a day, we'd throw everyone else's schedules off. So they want to avoid that, of course.
Self-employed taxi driver. Where are you from?
I was born in Kawago, Saitama.
And why do you talk like that?
I don't know what you mean. I've spoken this way all my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular.
What are you doing here?
I have just finished conveying my client from Tameke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this lobby.
About Mayumi. Before I arrived at Lemniscate, I got a picture of Mayumi from Abyss. I showed it to the driver.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Oh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old hag.
Old hag?
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo. Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Reported?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi.
Weird. Describe what happened with Mayumi.
I recall it was around 10 in the evening. Near the Kabasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up the old hag.
Stop calling her
And
that.
as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me. Follow that van, hurry! I must admit, I found it rather exciting, just like an old chase film. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that. In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van. So I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8 store, but 100 yards from there, while waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move. The old hag suddenly spoke up. I have to buy something, she declared, then made her way into the 8.
That's weird.
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out. And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Ota was left behind at the Famisto.
But that means he was tailing the van, so we might know where Iris went.
Mayumi thought Ota was in the van the whole time.
Listen to the rest of the story.
We then arrived at a splendid manor. The van entered the premises through the front gate and disappeared from view. We, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside.
So Sajima's place?
I estimate another 10 minutes passed. The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kabasaki district.
I figured to go to the sync machine.
The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow. But I was not about to risk my license and livelihood. Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout.
So that probably lasted a little bit. And then they went to the thing. Okay.
About 45 minutes later, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on Monday.
How do you remember the time so well?
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station. I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor.
Okay.
Thus, I can approximate the time.
Yep, that makes sense.
I see. Please continue.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street. And thus, we again made pursuit.
Okay.
I kept considerable distance. We had come so far, I did not want to get caught now. But my caution backfired. I lost sight of the van in the Ariake warehouses. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouses. I waited for some time, but the old hag did not return. The goose was cooked at this point, so I made the decision to return home. I am glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in advance.
Interesting. I have one more question.
I follow your story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that residence. It is the personal home of Congressman So Sajima.
Figured.
Sajima? Why did the van go to So's house?
Because he had to go get... God. Because he's the one who did it. We know that.
We need to speak with him immediately.
Agreed. Let's move.
Alright, but we're not going to do that today because we are at time. So, thank you everybody for watching. I'm actually going to... Oh, I clicked a button on accident. Dropped my phone. That was bad. Alright. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you're all enjoying the game as much as I am. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like or comment, or even subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you all, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!